Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I've done a video, but I figured I'd do a 2024 Disney Limited Edition doll recap video. So stay tuned as we go through each one that released in the crazy wild year of 2024, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so yes, we do still have Christmas stuff up in our household. We leave it up until usually the 10th or the 13th, just kind of depends. But anyhow, we did start the year off strong with a limited edition Sleeping Beauty 65th anniversary doll. She was released, I believe, in January. And limited edition of 5,000. You can see there she had the beautiful pink and blue and transition kind of purple dress going on. A really fun design. Not very popular. She did stick around for a little bit, but nonetheless, a very welcome addition to the Sleeping Beauty line here. And this was the doll that kicked off the crazy wild year of 2024. Now, the next set would have been then the limited edition Minnie and Mickey or Mickey and Minnie set of 3,610. These sets, I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that they keep doing them. I will be very surprised if we get a set for 2025. Usually by now we would have seen something had there been any leaks. But this one they actually did quite a few of. They did 3,610, which I thought was way too high. But they did start at, I think, $299, and they ended at, I think, $89.99 on clearance. So I do not know that these are a very popular set, but nonetheless, they are cute, and I do like these sets. I tend to get them every time they come out just because it is something fun to have. But this was the second doll release of the year, followed by another smaller platinum set, a very surprising set, to be honest. Disney Pixar's Up celebrated their 10th anniversary, and they made 6,950 of these sets, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. It did go on sale multiple times throughout the year, and just, I think they could have made 500 of this set and it would have been better. But it is a cute set, of course, commemorating the anniversary of a very beautiful movie. I loved the outfits. I loved how accurate the face molds were on this one. Just an all in all, very, very, very cute set, but a very niche kind of corner of the market. I don't know that this high of a number was necessary. I think, like I said, 1,000 or under, or even 500 probably would have been good, and they would have sold out rather quickly. But these were available for the majority of 2024. I did get them, obviously, and I do think they are a very, very cute little set, and happy to add them to my collection, of course. So a very nice box too. I did like that they did the, of course, heartbreaking scene of climbing up the hill, but, you know, leave it to Pixar to tug at every single heartstring we have. And then there was like a hiatus from Disney for the longest time, and nothing released until, I believe, summer. And that would have been then when we got the Haunted Mansion, and this is when they released a whole bunch of Haunted Mansion anniversary tons of merch, actually. And one of them, of course, was Miss Sarah Slater. She was limited edition of 6,600. Yeah, there we go, 6,600. She too was available for a while. I think she may even still be available in the UK. I'm not sure. She was available there longer than she was here. I think she was also at Disneyland. I can't remember if she was at Disney World. I'm sure she was. It was such a high number. Beautiful doll, a rumored doll, and then there she was, and probably one of the best executed dolls, I think, personally, of 2024. Her details, the embroidery, her very unique box design with this kind of like slide up deal so you can see the alligator on her tightrope walking kind of stint was a very, very, very welcome change to the status quo. So again, a wonderful, wonderful addition to the 2024 releases. Now, here's an odd one. and a surprise, like a complete and total surprise. We did get for episode 1, The Phantom Menace 20th was it the 20th or the 25th? I think it was the 25th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1. It's got to have been 25th because I think that came out in 99. We did get a limited edition Queen Amidala doll, and she is limited edition of 3,100. She too has been around and now on clearance pretty much since release date. I think she's down to $89.99 now. And that's more to what this doll would be worth. I do love her though. I mean, I love Queen Amidala. Natalie Portman is a wonderful character in the Star Wars saga. So I was very happy to add her to my collection. I just wish her box was a fraction of the size. But again, a really, really high number for her. I think 1,500 probably would have been better. And she probably would have sold out a lot faster, but you know. Then we had nothing until August, and that's when D23 released. So it started out very strong, and that was with a D23 day, and I'm trying to get the little sleeve off here, so bear with me, release that was at the Disneyland parks only, nowhere else. So not at Disney World, not at the convention, only at Disneyland. And that was the anniversary of the Tarzan movie. And we did get a Jane Porter collector doll. So she was limited edition, like all of the 17-inch dolls, it seems like, for D23, of 1,000. Came in a beautiful box that represents kind of her journal. And of course, we got her in her signature yellow dress, and she is absolutely stunning. Probably one of my favorite dolls from this year. Just a very, very beautiful, wonderful, long wanted and coveted doll. And we finally got her for D23 Day. That was, of course, due to all the licensing issues on that one, and why they couldn't release it through the actual like Disney Store app in the Disney Store or at D23. But they could at the parks, because the parks, I guess, have different licensing. So very interesting. Then, of course, came D23, and I only got the 2 Midnight Masquerade sets from D23. There was also another Up set of them in their wedding garb, which if I can find a photo, I'll put it in here. But I did get I believe this one is Aladdin and Jasmine. Yep. So I did get Aladdin and Jasmine. These were also available on the Disney Store website, which was kind of a shock. That's the first time they've ever done that, or they released on the same day. They were $299. Mine, though, did come from, well, this one came from the Disney Store. The Anastasia and Drizella set I did get from Disneyland Direct, because they also released at the Disney Store. Or, excuse me, the Disney parks. These were, I believe, limited. Oh, gosh, I don't remember what their limited edition number is. It should say on there. These also were 1,000. Yep, they were 1,000 as well. And that would be the same then for Anastasia and Drizella. A wonderful, wonderful set. Another one that we were like, oh, do you think we'll ever get it? And then, of course, we got it. So they too were limited edition of 1,000. And because the lighting is bad in my living room, the camera is having a hard time focusing. But I loved their box design. Everyone kind of was like, oh, they're horrendous. Well, they're kind of supposed to be. But they were fashionably late. So instead of arriving at the midnight for the Masquerade, Jasmine and Aladdin arrived at 12:20. And Drizella and Anastasia arrived at 12:30. Now, the other doll that released was an Ariel limited edition doll, and I'll include a photo here, again, if I can find something along the lines of a stock photo. One that I skipped, simply because I knew we were getting a general release, and I didn't really like the look of the D23 doll as much as I did the general release doll, as it was more movie accurate. So, FYI, there was another D23 doll, I just didn't get her. Now, that's when the slowness of everything stalled and the pace of doll releases picked up astronomically. And that was with the Midnight Masquerade series. We started out with Alice, who sold out immediately, to many people's dismay, and then popped back into stock, out of stock, in stock, out of stock for, I think, a good portion of a couple of weeks, and then finally sold out, which was very kind of unusual because this wasn't a favorite, or at least it was talked about not being a favorite, and then all of a sudden she was gone. So a very interesting release here. These, of course, are continuing the fashionably late Midnight Masquerade line from the line that started a few years back. So, and by a few years back, I mean, like, I was still in Ohio at that time. And so, you know, they waited quite a while to continue this line, although now I think it's done. After Alice, they did come out with the Red Queen, and I thought she was really, really cool. So I did get the Red Queen. And then after the Red Queen, I believe was Ariel. There's one in here that I did not get, and that was Mother Gothel. But Ariel was beautiful. Not quite what I was expecting from this line for her, but beautiful nonetheless. And I am glad I did get her. The other one then was a Gaston, who I was surprised did not sell out, considering how everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's the best one, blah, 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 blah. And he had the lowest run, and he was, and I think he may even still be available on the Disney Store. And then there was Mother Gothel, who I skipped, or she may have been, like I said, between Gaston and Ariel. And then the final one was Snow White. And yeah, not a whole lot to say about that one. We'll leave it at that. But she was the finale of that line, and hopefully the last doll that they make for the Masquerade. The next doll to release was a massive surprise, and that was Asha, who, of course, came out a year after her movie release. But, you know, again, Disney, what are you going to do? She had a lower price point of $99.99, so that was welcome. A low run of $2,100. And I think just due to her, not so much lack of details, but lack of details is why they did give her a lower price. Though honestly, I would compare her details to that of a doll we're going to get to here in just a couple of minutes. So who knows? I'm okay with it. I thought she was cute. I didn't particularly care for the movie, but I do like the doll. So I got the doll. And then after Asha was probably my absolute favorite from this year, and that would have been the new 35th anniversary limited edition Ariel doll. Of course, in the village dress that we all have been wanting for years and years and years and years. The only dress now that we're waiting for Ariel is the sparkle purple entry out of the water dress. And then I think all of her outfits will have been made from the main movie. And oh, when that day happens, yes. But this doll, perfect for me. I love this doll. She's absolutely gorgeous and so thrilled. They did only make 5,300 of her. I expected them to make much more because Ariel, of course, is a very popular character. She did sell out immediately, practically. I think within 2 or 3 minutes. She popped back into stock a couple of times, but it was almost impossible to catch her. And then the final doll of 2024 was a doll representing the brand new Tiana's Bayou Adventure ride at the parks. It is a Tiana limited edition doll of 3,500. She is wearing the outfit that she wears at the celebration scene in the ride. Also, what the parks character wears, which is kind of a fun 1920s flapper dress, and a very gorgeous doll. But I think, again, her details are in line with Asha's, and she should have been 99, not 150. So, you know, ended the year on a high point, but it could have been a little stronger. But nonetheless, an absolutely gorgeous doll to end 2024 with. Right, well, that is the doll lineup from 2024 of the ones that I got. Like I said, I hopefully was able to find a few and insert the photos of the ones that I did not get, but nonetheless, these are the ones that made it into my collection. So anyhow, we'll see what 2025 has to bring. Supposedly some really good dolls coming. We shall see. We, of course, do know about one, and that is coming here really quick, being the Mary Poppins doll. She releases in a couple of weeks, so I'm extremely excited about her. Cannot wait to add her to my collection. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed. Happy New Year. Let's hope that 2025 is less stressful than 2024, but who knows, right? Time will tell. Anyhow, guys, hope everyone's having a great magical day, and we'll see you real soon.